guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Doseofdara. Today's video is going to be a how I keep my makeup from getting oily throughout the day. When I wear foundation, if I don't do it the way that I'm doing it in this video, my T-zone gets like super oily, and I know a lot of people have issues with that where they put their makeup on and then like 3 hours later it looks like you get fried bacon on your face, and I know I don't like that look. A lot of people don't like that look. So this is just what I do to help my makeup not get oily during the day. It still gets kind of oily, but not as bad as it normally would. I have like combination skin. It's sometimes normal, it's sometimes oily. I find that my makeup is a lot more oily when I'm wearing makeup because, you know, throughout the day, if I don't have on makeup, my face doesn't get as oily as it normally would if I had like foundation on, if I was in like full beat face or whatever. So this is just what I do to kind of like combat that oiliness and kind of help it stay matte throughout the day. I don't always do this. You know, if I'm just gonna be out for a couple of hours, I won't do it. But if I'm going out for something that's like super long, or I know I'm not gonna be home in a relatively like decent amount of time, and this is what I do. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, you leave a comment, and make sure you click the little notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified anytime I upload a video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and let's get into it. Okay, so we're just gonna dive right into it. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray my face with some MAC Fix Plus. Okay, so next we're gonna go in with the Benefit Porefessional Matte Rescue to prime our face. I've already washed and moisturized my face. I did that as soon as I got up this morning. I haven't really done a whole lot today, so I was like, let's sit down and film a video. And that is where we're at, and I'm almost out of this. I need to go get some more from Sephora. I should have ordered more when I ordered my Becca Chrissy Teigen palette, but I didn't think about it. I was so hyped about just getting the face palette that I was like, oh, forget everything else. I have to get this like right now. Okay, so my next step for keeping my foundation from getting oily all day, will keep it looking pretty matte, not get as oily. It doesn't 100% stop it from getting oily, but it helps my face stay a little bit more matte and a little less oily. I will either go in and set my primer with either the Black Opal, what is this? Deluxe finishing powder in the shade medium, or I will go in with my RCMA no color setting powder and use that as my base. It's in an e.l.f. container, but I promise you it's the RCMA no color setting powder. If you've ever seen the RCMA no color setting powder, you know that it comes in like a cylinder that kind of looks like this, and it's not a real like user friendly container, so I dump it out and I put it in this from time to time just to refill it so I can like sift it out into a cap and like dab into it versus trying to like use it in the container that it's in, because I don't like that. So I think for today I'm gonna go in with my Black Opal Deluxe finishing powder and use that to set my T-zone so that way it doesn't get so oily. And we're just gonna dab into this with a damp beauty blender. This is just a Real Technique sponge. I call all of them beauty blenders. You know, you can use beauty blender, Real Technique sponge, any kind of beauty sponge that you have will do the trick. This Black Opal powder isn't necessarily my favorite for setting my primer because it's not as like finely milled, I guess, as the RCMA powder is, but when I use this one I don't get as much of a flashback, and I don't have like that ashy cast all over my face like I would with the RCMA. Even though it says no color setting powder, it's supposed to be like a true translucent powder, I still get a little bit of a flashback from it. I don't know if I'm just using too much. I've tried using less. I get flashback, I look ashy, and I don't like it. So, you know, with the Black Opal setting powder, it is, it's tinted. Well, duh, because it's got color in it, it's tinted. But it helps me from getting that flashback and that ashy cast all over my face once I put my foundation on. Oh, hi, cat. And then whatever excess is left on my beauty blender, I just pat it around the rest of my face. But you mostly want to focus that powder just on your T-zone if that's where you get super oily. I know for me, that's where I'll get like super oily during the day. My makeup will start to crease and kind of slide off. So I make sure I hit it really well, like right in that spot. And today for foundation, we are going to go in with the MAC, I think this is the MAC Studio Fix Plus. I don't have the bottle on me, I just have the little container that I keep it in. but I'm pretty sure it's the MAC Studio Fix Plus in NW45. You know, normally I'll use like my Urban Decay all-nighter setting spray, but today I was just like, let me use my MAC. I haven't used it in a long time, so I'm gonna go back to that for a little bit. And we are gonna put it on with a Sigma F60 foundation brush and just go into the little container, and I like to focus it on the center of my face and then blend outward. So now we're gonna go back in with our beauty blender, the same one that we used to put the powder on with, and you're gonna start from the center of your face and blend it outward. And I feel like if you start at the center of your face and blend outward, it helps your makeup, well, it helps your foundation not look so cakey, and literally no one can clock you. People can look at your foundation and there's not gonna be like that hard line like that you sometimes get right here at your jaw or like right here at your neck, because when you're blending outward, you're starting from the center and you're pushing the product outward, so it's like you get a little bit more of like a seamless finish. And the MAC Studio Finish, it's more of like a medium coverage foundation, so you can build it up to full coverage. I usually go in and start with it just like, I start with a little bit, which I know it looks like a lot, but it blends out kind of sheer for me, because you know I'm like a full coverage kind of person, so I'll go back in and just add more where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. And I always feel like, because I have like some hyperpigmentation right here, so I like to make sure that's covered pretty well. And I like to make sure my forehead is pretty well covered too. I don't focus too much around my eyes because I'm gonna go back in with concealer anyway and put concealer there, and I don't want to have too much product up under there. And a lot of the time I wear glasses too, and I don't like a whole lot of product under there because my glasses hit me like right here on the cheeks when I smile, or just when I like talk in general. So I try and make sure I don't cake up too much product underneath my eyes, because there's no point in putting a ton of foundation underneath there if you're just gonna go back and hit it with extra concealer too. Alright, now when your foundation is on and all blended out, next we're gonna go in with our LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer, and I use the shade Chestnut. And I don't get super into like highlighting and contouring, specifically highlighting. I just like to go underneath my eyes and make sure that I cover up like the bags underneath my eyes, because I have a little bit of discoloration up under there. And I'll bring it up to my eyelids if I'm gonna do eyeshadow today. I'm gonna do eyeshadow, so we're gonna bring it up to our eyelids and just blend it out. And I'm gonna tell you a trick. In order to like help your concealer blend out just a little bit better, when you put it on, don't immediately go back in and blend it out. Like, just apply it like so. And sometimes when I use this concealer, I'll go in with two different colors. I'll set it first with, well, I'll put it on first with Chestnut, and then I'll go back over top of it with, I think it's called, the shade's called Toffee. And that way I get, if I'm going more for like a highlighted look more than just like a, you know, I look like I've had some sleep in the last 3 weeks kind of look, when I want to brighten up my under eye a little bit, I'll go in with Toffee. But today I don't want to brighten it up, I just kind of want to leave it the way it is. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your concealer on and you're going to let it sit here for a few minutes, maybe like a minute or two, just kind of let your body heat like melt it into your skin. It's going to make it so much better and so much easier to blend out, and makes it just a little bit more flawless. And that's what I personally like to do. And I think I actually picked up this trick from Jackie Aina, because she uses the, what is it? The Clinique 2-in-1 perfecting foundation, where it's like a concealer and a foundation in one. And she found that if you'd like just let it sit for a few minutes and don't immediately go back in and try and blend out that cold product, it's gonna comb out a lot better and a lot more seamless. So while we're letting that sit, we're gonna go in with our Maybelline FitMe Matte Poreless Finishing Powder for normal to oily skin. And I'm in the color 360, which is Mocha, and it's also the darkest shade that they carry for whatever reason, but it works for me. So we're gonna go in with an e.l.f. complexion brush and just set that foundation, kind of tap it in, just using this big fluffy brush while we're waiting on our concealer to kind of melt in and become warm. Just be real careful not to hit that concealer with this brush, because then you're gonna have concealer all over your face while you're trying to set your makeup. Have you guys ever seen that infomercial? I think it was like so long ago, but it's a little old lady who's got like, I don't know what color her hair is now, but I remember it being red for some reason. But she was selling like some kind of what do you call it? I guess like appliance. I think it was a slow cooker or something. But she was just like, you just gotta set it and forget it. And I don't know, I just remember seeing that commercial all the time because I used to stay up super late and there'd be nothing else on TV and I'd be like, oh, that's so cool. My grandma's that person that like will sit up till 3 o'clock in the morning and watch HSN and QVC. I think she actually probably had that product now that I think about it. So we're gonna hit our beauty blender with a little bit of Fix Plus and go to town. And with this, really take your time. You don't wanna like rush through blending out your concealer, because that's how we make mistakes. Me, I like to put off getting ready till like an hour beforehand, knowing it's gonna take me 2 hours at least to get ready if I'm doing my makeup, if I'm doing full beat face, and I rush through my concealer and I don't give it the kind of attention and love that it needs, and I pay for it later on in pictures. This is why I don't ever really take pictures with the flash on unless I've taken my time doing my concealer. And see, look at that. It blended out so easy, it's so cute, and so flawless. And you know, I'm gonna be highlighted, but I'm not gonna be like bam in your face highlighted, because I just don't like that. Because I haven't mastered doing that bam in your face highlight without getting some sort of flashback that happens when I take a picture, or you know, I walk up to people and I just look ghostly underneath my eyes, and I just don't like that. That's not for me. Also, try not to make any crazy faces like I do before you set your concealer, because no one likes crazy concealer. I probably look so weird right now because my eyes are like rolled up in the back of my head. Like I have my mirror sitting right in front of me and I can hardly like see into it because I can't lean that far forward because my desk is kind of far. So we're just gonna... There we go. That's better. So then we're gonna go back in and set that concealer again with our black Opal medium setting powder. And me, I don't really like to like bake my face. I just really just go in just to set it and then wipe it off. Just to make sure it doesn't move. So now we are set. Just gonna go in and brush away any excess that's there. Alright, boys and girls, so our next step is going to be, we're gonna go in and bronze up our face to kind of give a little bit of like color and dimension back to it. I say color like I'm ghostly white, but obviously I am not white. I think when I bronze my face, it does give me a little bit something extra back. I don't look so like flat and kind of like a piece of wood almost. Like I just bronze where my cheeks are and like a little bit on my forehead, but I don't get like super crazy with it because there's no point because I'm already bronzed. And we're gonna go in with the, I don't even know what this thing is called. It's an e.l.f. I guess like bronze and highlight palette, and it's in the color Turks and Caicos. And we're just gonna go in with this darker shade right here and bronze up right where our cheeks are. Just go across our forehead. And when you bronze, kind of try and follow like the natural shape of your face. Don't like do a straight line back like this. Like follow the way your cheekbone? Yeah, follow the way your cheekbone goes. If you're not sure how your cheekbone goes, what you can do is take a brush and right where your ear starts, line that brush up right where it is, and you can kind of like see like the natural like contour to your face. Me, I've done this so much that I don't really have to, and I kind of go, I cheat anyway. I'll just go in and I'll go back and clean it up later with a little bit of powder if I get too crazy. And I am using this is a Bare Minerals full flawless face brush. I think this is actually like part of their, this is the brush that you use for like foundation, but I like it for doing my bronzer with, so. And you don't have to make the line so precise because bronzer is meant to kind of like warm your face up, so I just kind of buff it all around. And then without putting any extra on the brush, I just go up to my forehead. And I don't have a big forehead, so I don't really need to contour. I don't need to bronze it very much. Okay, so your next step, we're gonna go in with our Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette in medium to dark. And we're gonna use this to contour our face. That's like not even in focus. What do y'all, stop it. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in with our Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette in medium to dark. And we are going to use the darkest shade right here to contour our face. And what you want to do, I don't want to use that brush. That's not the right brush. I don't have the right brush. Ah! So we're going to go in with an angled brush, and this is just a Morphe angled brush. There's no number, no name on it. It came in a set of brushes that I got from them, but it's angled and it's going to work. So you're just going to go in to that darker color, tap off the excess, and then right where you put that bronzer, is where you're gonna contour. See? I mean, I don't contour like a whole lot. I just do it enough that it's noticeable. And once again, bring it up to your forehead a little bit. And you see how like the center of my face looks a lot brighter now because I bronzed and I contoured. So it's like the center of my face is bam, and you don't really like see like the sides of my face anymore. It makes my head look less fat. And I like to bring some of that contour down to my jawline so I can make it look like I maybe have a jaw when we all know I don't. Alright, so after your bronzer and your contour is done, you know, I brought it down here to my neck a little bit, so you kind of cover up that double chin you got working. We are gonna go in with the Urban Decay, what is this? Urban Decay Afterglow 8-Hour Powder Blush, and I have the color Video. Bring it back just a little bit, that way you give some color to the apples, and you don't look so big. See, like it's a subtle color. It doesn't even show up on camera. I'm trying to like look at it in the monitor and you really can't even see it. I see it like sitting here, but on the monitor I can't see it. But it's a super cute blush, and I think it was on sale at Ulta for like 15 bucks, and they have like a bunch of different colors, so you know, go pick you up one. Alright, so I'm gonna hit my face a little bit more Fix Plus just to kind of take that powdery look off my face. Alright, so that's gonna do it for how I do my foundation. I'm actually gonna go and do the rest of my makeup off camera. So I'm gonna do my eyes, do my eyebrows, and do the rest of it, and I will be back in just a few minutes. You guys, this is the finished look. My makeup should stay oil-free or less oily. I don't want to say like oil-free, that's like guaranteeing it's not gonna get oily, but it should stay like substantially less oily than it normally would throughout the day. I actually don't think I have anything to do today. I think I was only filming. I don't know if I'm supposed to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 tonight or not. We haven't exactly talked about it. But if I do, I will try and come back with an update to let y'all see how my makeup looks at the end of the night. But I think I'm gonna leave it on all day anyway, just because now I'm like ready to go and go do whatever. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, you know, make sure you leave me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Click the little subscribe button down at the bottom and make sure you press that little notification bell so every time I upload, you can get a notification from me and you know exactly when I upload. You can be the first person to watch. You know, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching my videos as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!